Hello and welcome to our first video demoing the new Silhouette Curio. In this video we're going to create a simple but effective card using the new functions and the software that ties it all together. So first of all we want to create ourselves a nice little frame, something with a decorative edge would be wonderful. So we start with a 20mm circle, select our 20mm circle and then choose the replicate function. Once in the replicate, we choose advanced options, set our number of copies up to 8 and choose custom position. Here we need to set the X offset up to 15mm and then press replicate. This will give us a nice row of circles which we can use to then duplicate downwards. So we select them all, change our number of copies down to 5, set our X offset back to 0 and increase the Y offset to 15mm and press replicate again. This gives us a nice block of circles overlapping, which will be perfect for our frame, but what we need to do is get rid of all the bits we don't want. So we select the lot and press weld. This gives us a lovely frame, but as you can see there's some bits left over which we need to get rid of. So we need to select the frame and then choose release compound path. As you can see, this gives us access now to all the parts in the middle, which we select and then press delete. This now gives us our frame, which is perfect for what we need. The next thing we need to do is to put a centerpiece into the design, and for this I found a nice little design of 2 hearts on the Silhouette store which works really well. So we put that onto our page. We need to resize it down so it fits within our frame. What we're also going to do on this frame is we're going to put a little tiny decorative edge, and we're also going to put a little bit of text. So what we want to do first is we're going to do our little border. So we select the outside edge, we go with an offset, click the 2mm, click apply. Now we select our frame again, this time we go internal offset, apply our value and click apply. Now as you can see here we've got 3 lines. The outer one will be for cutting and the others will be for score and emboss to give a nice edge to it. So next we want to put some text down, so we need to find a suitable font. That looks perfect. With the new features for the Curio, you can actually colour the inside of that in to actually give you a nice filled text. So that's what we do here, we're just neatening things up, getting everything aligned into centre so that it looks a bit better. Okay, so we need to go to the new emboss functions. We choose emboss deboss and we choose one of the fills. So we're going to just do a straight line fill for this one, but we need to get the spacing really low. That should give us a nice fill on the text when it's drawn in with a pen. And what we want to do, because we're going to be cutting by colour, we want to change our text to black so that denotes that it's for the black pen. Next thing we're going to do is we need to turn our standard lines into the right colour we need. So what we'll do for our external cut line, we'll turn that into green. For all our other lines we're going to use a score and emboss, so we select our 2 lines that we added, we choose the score and emboss function and we want to change the passes up to 2. Well, what this will do, it'll go around twice then with the emboss, which gives a bit more pronounced edge to it. Once we do that, we click the apply score and emboss lines, and you'll notice after a bit of processing it will change the lines, so you've basically got one cut line and 2 emboss lines on each of the lines that you selected. So now we need to cut by colour in this instance because it gives us a bit more control over what we're doing. So we're going to set our green to our external cut line. So I'm going to set that to 315 GSM. That's my preferred card. We're going to change our text to Silhouette sketch pen, but we only want it very light, so I'm going to put it all the way down to number 1 on the thickness. We want our score line set to score. In this instance, I'm just going to turn the speed up a little bit. And now with the emboss, we're using the narrow emboss tool. I'm going to turn the speed up a little bit on that. We now need to set our order, how we'd like it to be processed. So I wanted to do the score first, and then I wanted to do the emboss. We'll do this in 2 parts because obviously there's only 2 tools, so we're going to untick the bottom 2 and just process the top 2 initially. So at this point we're ready to send, but we just want to make sure we've got some media in the Curio and we're ready to go. So we get our media, fix it to the lovely new mat. In they go, push it all the way back. Then we're going to put the narrow emboss tool in, which will go over our score line for us. Okay, turn it on, it's ready to go. From here, there was one thing that I did miss. I forgot to assign the pen to the right pen tool. Clicking on these little circles, so the pen is going to go in the blue. From there, once those are set, we can make sure everything's enabled, settings are right, and from there it's sent to Silhouette time. Once that's finished, we need to then swap over our embossing tool and put a pen in, and we need to increase the blade a little bit. We also need to then turn off the 2 layers we've already done and turn on the other 2 colours, so the black for the pen and the green for the outer border.